Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here with Teddy Atlas. It's fight week here in Las Vegas. Canelo versus Chavez. And Teddy, I've always wanted to do this with you. We're inside the ring. I'm gonna ask you to break down the fight as if I were Chavez Jr., you were Canelo, what Canelo needs to do, and then we'll go ahead and do a vice versa. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm Canelo Alvarez, you're Chavez Jr. What exactly do you want to do to me inside the ring, and where do you want to have me?
I mean, one of the times, not that Canelo has been vulnerable too many times in his career, other than, of course, the whitewash that he suffered with Mayweather, and that had a lot to do with his feet not being quick enough. Not that his hands weren't quick enough, his feet. He couldn't close the gap quick enough. But that's not the case here. He doesn't have to deal with that dynamic. And but when he is vulnerable, I think it's when he puts the earmuffs on, when Canelo, and you'll be Canelo, just covers up. And, you know, kind of like this. And he just put the earmuffs on, he doesn't move his head. Mm-hmm. Those are moments where I think, obviously, Chavez can do some work. And, you know, he's supposed to be the bigger guy. I don't know about that, but in a real sense that he's the bigger guy. Both guys, I mean, he turned pro when he was 130. You know, Canelo turned pro 139. And so he doesn't really have the skeleton of a bigger guy. And I think that Chavez's problem is his work ethic, that he's fought it close to light heavyweight because he didn't want to get down to the right weight. So I don't look at it the way you guys look at it. But anyway, if he has a chance, it's a puncher's chance, I guess, right? So this would be a good chance for, I guess, Chavez to make hay. And when he sees Canelo covered up like this, make the most of it. Now, you think about the conventional punches, you know, the straight punches, bang, all those kind of punches, the textbook punches. But this is a case where it's really okay to be a little sloppy. And it's sloppy in a good way, sloppy in a controlled way, sloppy in a calculated way. What I mean by that is throw some looping punches where the opening really is, back here behind the ear. So bang. And Chavez likes to throw those punches. You know, everybody thinks with the Mexican fighters, we think left hook, left hook, left hook. But both these guys like to look for their right hand, derecha. I know one Spanish word. I don't know if I pronounce it right. And so, in this case, look for Chavez, you know, to see this opportunity when he does cover up, when Canelo covers up, and loop the right hand, bang, loop it behind his head. Another thing that I noticed about Canelo is, besides that he covers up and he gives you a target there, is that sometimes when he does move his head, he'll move to this side, his right side, and he'll finish there. That's, for me as a teacher, I never let my fighter finish on that side. I always make him finish on this side. Why? So you're outside this punch, the right hand. When you finish on this side, you're inside that. And that's so good. And he's got his left hand low. So what I would, again, if I'm the trainer, I'd probably tell Chavez, all right, chase him over there and get him to stop on that side. So use your uppercut. Chavez is very comfortable using uppercuts inside to kind of set up his punches. So throw it up, move your head over there. So bang, throw the left uppercut just to get him over there. And then bang, finish with the right hand. So that's what I would look for Chavez to do. And those are the spots where I think Canelo could be a little weak.
Now, on the flip side, of course, people are going to be looking at that and saying, what does Canelo Alvarez need to do? What type of position does Canelo Alvarez need to have? Junior, should he have him against the rope? Should he have him in the center of the ring? What do you think?
I think part of that answer has to do with knowing what Chavez is going to do. You know, you're going to do things that your opponent are going to make available to you. And that's going to dictate a little bit about how you're going to go about your fight. Obviously, also the assets you have. First of all, Canelo is more mobile. You know, he's not Muhammad Ali or anything, but he's more mobile. He's got better feet. He's a smaller guy. He's a little bit more fluid. Definitely a little bit better, maybe even a lot better technically. He's more dimensional. He has more options than I think Chavez does. So he can box on the outside. He can look for various things. But reason I started by saying it's got a lot to do with what Chavez is going to do that's going to dictate what choices Canelo's going to make is because I think Chavez, for the most part, he's going to go get him. You know, he's a bigger guy. He's going to try to lean on him. He's going to try to use his size advantage. At least in his mind, he's the bigger guy. He's going to try to wear him down and come inside and attack the body. And that's what Chavez does for the most part. He's a taller guy, but he doesn't use his height, really, for the most part. You don't see him really out there boxing, you know, using his height. So what he does is...
I get on my tippy toes and try to be tall.
So what Chavez does is he pushes the action, right? All right, so he's going to push the action. He's going to look to come forward. Now, if you've done your homework and you're Canelo's camp, which I'm sure they have, you understand that there's a couple of things he wants to do. He wants to press forward, he wants to get inside, and he wants to attack the body. Well, how's he get inside? Well, one of the ways he gets inside is he gets really low. He likes to bend low. That's exactly what he does. He bends really low and he bends forward a little bit. So that dictates to me as a trainer, that's all I need to know. He likes to get low. He's going to come forward. I'm going to control the outside as Canelo. And what am I going to do? Well, he likes to bend low. I'm going to look to catch him with the uppercut. I'm going to blind him with the jab and then bang, catch him with the uppercut. That's exactly what I'm going to look. And I'm going to be surprised. Not that I'm any genius, but I'm going to be surprised if you don't see an effective uppercut from Canelo Saturday night.
With you saying that, and you thinking that the uppercut is going to be such a vital tool for Canelo, do you see him hurting him or stopping him with the uppercut?
I think that just overall, I think that from my point of view, I would say that Canelo has a good chance to stop him late in the fight. Whether it's with the uppercut or partly because of the uppercut, also body punches. I know that Chavez, as I just said, likes to be committed to the body, but Canelo likes the body too. And he's a little sharper to the body. You know, the other guy, Chavez, you know, he'll blunder you to death. You know, he's like, you know, but Canelo, pop, a little sharper. You know, pop. You know, pop. And those sharp punches, I think, they can have a telling effect. And I also noticed that Chavez, because he does like to get inside, when he gets inside, he likes to shove off with his forearm a little bit in spots, like you'll be Chavez. And he likes to do that. But guess what? There's a problem with that. There ain't nothing here now. So again, if I'm the trainer, I'm saying be aware of that. And when he's on the inside with your Canelo, when he does that, pop him right there with the right hand underneath, and you have a clean shot.
Teddy's always, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. That's Teddy's breakdown of the fight. Like I mentioned, here in Las Vegas, Nevada, I'm Marcos Villegas. Thanking you guys for watching us over here at Fight Up TV.